Today I'm joined by Darla Jones, a candidate for the Laguna Vista City Mayor position. Tell us why you're running for office in Laguna Vista.
Well, my name is Darla Jones, and I've resided in Laguna Vista for a little over 6 years. I've known about Laguna Vista for over 30 years and have known several of the former city officials, city managers, and such because I retired in 2019 from municipal government after serving for 29 years. And uh, when I lived and I worked on South Padre Island for 9 years, and I always thought that if I needed or wanted to move off the island, that this was where I wanted to move to, and that's exactly how it happened. And I've fallen in love with the community, the people, uh, and I have I'm still fairly young, and I have a lot more to give, and want to help the city of Laguna Vista.
Sounds good. Let me ask you this. What experience best prepares you to serve the residents of Laguna Vista?
Well, like I said, I spent a lot of time in city government, and I have a pretty good knowledge of state and federal laws that pertain to city government, and I've also developed good relationships with uh, utility providers, solid waste hauling providers, uh, other governments, county, state, federal, uh, that those relationships that I've developed over those 29 years would be very beneficial to Laguna Vista in the form of getting projects done and getting grant funds and getting things approved.
What are the top three issues facing Laguna Vista today?
I think one of the biggest ones is the website. Um, Back when we had severe flooding, we had like 11 inches of rain in a day and a half, about a little over a year ago. Uh, I had asked, I guess it was on Nextdoor or something, another social web media website, if a disaster had been declared, uh, because we have everywhere. And I was told, yes, the mayor declared a disaster. And I said, where is it? It's not on the website. And they said, well, it's on Facebook. And I don't think that, number one, I don't think that that should be the primary conduit for residents to get information about the city is on Facebook or any social media site. I think it should be on the website. Um, and I really think that a lack of openness from the city uh, is obvious and transparent. It's like pulling teeth to get an explanation as to what is going on with a particular project from any city officials right now. And I just, gosh, just lack of information in general from the city is really very, very concerning for a lot of residents, and including myself.
Yeah, growth is a major issue in town. I know a lot of my neighbors feel growth is coming fast and quick. How should Laguna Vista manage new residential development while protecting its small town status?
Well, I can tell you that as it stands right now, this is the city home rule charter, and it was adopted in 2011. And a big portion of that charter is not being complied with as far as comprehensive planning goes. And comprehensive planning will address growth, and it will address making sure that the growth that we have is going to be managed and orderly and controlled. And right now it's a free for all. We do not have a land use plan. We do not, our zoning ordinance is supposed to be based on a land use plan. It's not. We need a thoroughfare plan. We need a public facilities plan. Uh, and all that can be addressed and will be addressed if I'm elected. we will get a real comprehensive plan adopted, put together and adopted. And it's going to be put together with the assistance of a citizens committee. I want citizens involved in this because this is the citizens community. It's not the elected officials community. It's our community, all of us.
Well, that's a good segue into this question, which is about infrastructure. And infrastructure concerns continue to come up, including drainage and streets, water, sewer, emergency response. What should the town prioritize first?
I really think, hurricane season starts in a couple of months, and well, no, a little over a month. And I really think the first thing that we need to do is a drainage engineering assessment. We need to find out where the stormwater is backing up and why, and get it fixed. Uh, and I think the second issue is we need to work with the Laguna Madre Water District on the water capacity. We have a water treatment plant right here on the outskirts off of Highway 100. Uh, but our elevated storage tank holds 75,000 gallons of water, which is sorely inadequate. We need to talk to them about increasing capacity. Take down that old water tower and put us up a good one that can not only provide potable water to us, but water for firefighting. 75,000 gallons of water doesn't go a whole long way when you've got a house fire. And that's one thing that I don't believe the Laguna Madre Water District is interested in. They're a rural water supplier, so they don't have to provide fire hydrants. The fire hydrants in town belong to us, the city, and but they provide the capacity. The wastewater we need to look at seriously because the catastrophe that we had over on Palm and Taylor, uh, a year for a collapsed manhole. Obviously, the maintenance is being deferred, and that's got to stop. I think that as far as emergency response, uh, I think the fire station is going to be expanded. We have somewhat of an ambulance service right now, but I think we need to have some input from the residents on if they want to move to a 24/7, 365 manned emergency response ambulance service here, our own. It's an expensive proposition, but we are an elderly community as well. That needs to, and we also are far away. The nearest hospital is Valley Regional, and it's about 30 minutes away. So those are things that need to be approached and brought up and discussed, but we need the input from the residents because it is going to take raising taxes if that's the route they want to go.
Okay, let me bring up something else. On April the 13th, there was a forum sponsored by the League of Women Voters. Residents have raised concerns about transparency and trust and communication from the town hall. What specific changes would you support?
Well, for one thing, when a resident gets up to speak during the 3 minutes they're allotted at the community at the open forum at the beginning of city council meetings, I think they need to be treated with respect for one thing, and they need to be listened to. And I understand the entire concept behind the Open Meetings Act, and basically, if it's not on the agenda, it cannot be discussed from the city council. But if that resident gets up and speaks and asks a question that we cannot answer as elected officials, they can get a phone call the next day with a complete explanation to their question. I really, restoring respect and trust goes both ways, because right now I don't feel that the residents trust or respect the city because of the way they're treated. And I don't think the city council members respect or trust the public. So it goes both ways. And I want to restore that because that is the foundation of democracy in our city.
What town programs, services, or projects do you believe are working well and should continue?
Well, as I mentioned, I think we're at a fledgling state when it comes to our EMS program. And I think Chief Waters has done a really good job of getting us started without incurring a whole lot of debt right now, without incurring a whole lot of expense. Uh, However, I think it can still be improved. Nothing's perfect. It's got a long way to go. But so far, I think that's one of the best things that the city's got going for it, in addition to the library. I think our library is wonderful. I think the library is the soul of a community. And you can go for help on, gosh, getting your income taxes filed, or if you have a research question, if you don't own a computer or a printer, they can help you there. And it. I think our library and our EMS systems are both running really good.
What's one thing you believe the current town government is handling poorly, and what would you do differently?
I would have to say the personnel issues that have plagued the city over the last, let's say, 6 years, especially in the last couple of years. Um, we have been through 4 city managers in about 6 or 7 years. Rolando Vela, Ed Mesa, Randy Gonzalez, and now Victor Trevino. We're on our 4th city manager in 6 or 7 years. A typical city manager's term is on the bad side 3 years each. We've been through numerous city secretaries, numerous police chiefs. We're on our 3rd police chief in a few years. I don't believe that there is a adequate oversight of key personnel from the city council's position, and the city manager. I'm not talking about the city council interfering with the administration of the city, because that's in the charter that you cannot do that. And I totally get that, and I understand it. I understand the hierarchy. Um, but the city manager needs to be held accountable to the city council members, and all the rest of the employees need to be held accountable to the city manager. And so everything runs downhill, but it starts at the top with the city manager.
So, let me ask you, if elected, what do you want to accomplish in the first 90 days?
I would like to begin the process of developing an adequate and compliant comprehensive plan. And there's another provision in the charter that is not being followed, and that is a capital improvements plan, which is a long-term budget tool. Uh, and I think, we need to get started on those, because it is a long process. It could take a year to get a comprehensive plan in the works. I think what needs to get started immediately is a revamping of our website. Uh, the website is it's just, I don't know. I have no words for it. But also, we need to have a code of ordinances, and it needs to be on our website, so that uh, every citizen, every resident can go to the website and say, "Hey, I wonder if they have an ordinance on this," and look it up. And it's available, it's searchable, and it's user friendly. Because right now it's not there.
What is one thing you would like voters to understand about you that may not come across in campaign materials or social media?
Um, I have extensive education, training, and experience in municipal government, and it's all been here in the Rio Grande Valley. I have a bachelor's degree in public administration. Graduated from college on a Friday and started working for the city of Harlingen on Monday. And I've had many, many different trainings. I graduated from the Utility Management Institute, emergency management training. I have responded in hurricanes, dealt with the Texas Division of Emergency Management, TxDOT, and so forth. And what I'd also like people to understand is that I care. I genuinely care about the city and about the residents. And I will not be accused of being in somebody's back pocket, because I am funding my own campaign completely myself. I'm taking no donations, and I'm running a clean campaign.
Very good. Ms. Jones, thank you so much for your time and for sharing your views with the community.
Mr.
And
Wade, I
thank
want
you.
to
Yes.
doing I really genuinely, I think all of us candidates appreciate it because informing the voters and making sure they know what is going on is so important right now during this election season.
Thank you very much. And thank you
Thank you.
for watching SPI News. Be sure to follow us for continued coverage of the Laguna Vista election and all local news across South Padre Island, Port Isabel, and Laguna Vista. Thanks for watching. I'm Rick, and this is SPI News.